The entry point that opened my curiosity was in 1973. In the summer of 73, I was shown multiple photographs of a disc-shaped craft by a former Air Force photographer. The gentleman was a co-worker of mine and asked to remain anonymous. Now, I'm a 17-year-old kid. We're sitting at a lunch place in the gentleman's automobile ordering from a remote speaker. And the incident in Pascagoula had recently occurred in which the two gentlemen claimed to be taken up, and they were somewhat terrified by the experience, yet they passed the lie detector tests. And the coworker asked me, "What do you think of all this?" And I told him honestly, I said, I don't even have an intelligent response to that because I have not studied the issue. And he said, "Look in my glove compartment." And when I opened his glove compartment, I pulled out a host of pictures that he had taken as an Air Force photographer in the southwest of the United States. And I saw clearly multiple photographs of discs in the sky in daylight. These were hard UFO type objects, metallic, and I looked through each photograph, not realizing what a total impact this experience was going to have on my life. I show you the next slide in order to let you see the type of UFO craft that was visible to me. This photo was taken by Brad Feng of mainland China on February 27th, 2010. It's very clear. You see the disc shape. The photographs that I saw, the bottom part of the craft was more rounded than in this photograph, but I just wanted you to get an example of what I was looking at as a 17-year-old young man sitting in this gentleman's car. Since I've tried to locate this man and have not been successful, but I believe if that is meant to be, I will reconnect, and I've had some crumbs tossed my way. Hopefully I will reconnect, and I would love to see these again, and with his permission even post these photographs to you, because the imagery was very clear. Now, I knew this gentleman was not faking. I knew that he had nothing to pretend, that these were actual photographs of things in the skies. There's no amount of debunkers. There's no ridiculous explanation that are going to make me think that they don't exist. Now, do I know where they came from? No. Are they government? Are they from other worlds, underworlds? I don't know the answer to that. I just knew from that entry point experience that there was something there, and that generated curiosity within me. And I believe that many of you have had entry point experiences like that, expansive experiences, where you know that something is there. You saw something, you experienced something, something happened to you. Now, the crazy making is not so much what happened, but the way people react to it. And people try to tell you that it didn't happen, that it didn't exist, that it couldn't exist because of their consensus reality and because of their belief system. This is absurd. And there is no reason for you to deny what you know, what you saw, and what you experienced. Something that people are going to have to embrace is that the truth will upset you free. And sometimes truth is a bit upsetting. different than what we thought it would be. But is it really that big a deal to expand your awareness a little more? Is it really so humiliating to admit that maybe you're wrong about something you thought earlier on? I think humanity needs a good dose of humility and recognizing we don't know everything. The collective doesn't know everything. The guy on the news, the expert, they don't know everything. And people are continually photographing, experiencing this higher world interacting with our world, and it is only natural that we should be curious about it, that we should speculate about it and wonder and think and come up with some personal hypotheses about what is going on. I remember when the works of Van Daniken came out, it created quite a stir as he raised questions about the possibility of advanced cultures visiting humanity. Well, there were many prior to Van Daniken who had thought about this, but for the collective, this was sort of new. It was a new twist on things. And being brought up in church, I had a particular set of images of what higher beings would look like, what they should be like. They should probably have wings and have an angelic face and long flowing robes. And his theories did not align with previous ideas and images of divine transportation. And then it was confusing because why would God need transportation anyway? So he sort of threw a monkey wrench into the gears, and I'm glad he did. Not that all of his ideas may have been correct. However, I think he modeled for us a questioning mind. He modeled for us the human right to want to know and to forward some possible theories as to what was going on. In the slide here, there's an image out of the story of Elijah, who is being taken up into the heavens in a chariot of fire. Well, it's interesting to me that that would be the description in an ancient time. It's a chariot. They knew about a chariot that would rumble along the trails, and it glowed, so it was a chariot of fire. The Native Americans would call the locomotives an iron horse. Well, that was a good description within the parameters of their vocabulary. So, as a young man and being in religion, in the church, and actually being a young minister from the age of 5, that's another story. I'll give you another video about that. But I began to speculate, well, maybe this actually is what the ancient prophets and teachers were describing. Maybe it was the ships. I believe the Egyptians called it the heavenly boats. Every culture seems to have its own terms for really describing a similar object. I think of the biblical phrase clouds of glory. Jesus ascended up in a cloud, and the references to the return of Christ in clouds of glory. You will see the Son of Man coming in clouds of glory. David makes the statement in the Psalms, the chariots of God are 20,000, even thousand. In other words, he implies there's a host of these things. And so perhaps as we look at modern pictures of the airships,